Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. It's Thursday again, depressingly, and we're doing this. I'm joined tonight, of course, by the massive homophobe, transphobe, and hater of dwarfs and the disabled. It is, of course, Graham Booth. Oh, how you doing, Pickle? I'm saying that like I've not been sat looking at you for about 8 fucking hours.
I'm all right. Again, as soon as we go live on this, I relax quite a bit because
I don't.
No, for you, it's the stressful part. For me, things are just leveling. I can just enjoy myself now.
Well, we're also joining. He's off camera and will not come on camera, and that's the end of it. But Altfeed Daz is with us. He's a terrible human being, so we've had a wonderful day, which means I've done absolutely no prep for this whatsoever, because we've been sat talking shit all day, haven't we, Daz? And it's been very good. Right, before we do all the shout-outs and then get into the meat of matters on tonight's show, we'll be talking about GB News, and it's not a mental illness. Those two things aren't necessarily connected. Who've we got in here? We've got Primordial Goat. Hello. Matt B. Rowe. Dippy Derek, Fat Belly. Mr. Kill C1, good to see you, fella. Alan Reader, Bone Arrow Group. Still quite like that. And I think I saw Gorgeous Judge Begonia in there and Last Dance. Hope you guys are doing great. If I've missed you out, I am sorry. There's Gold Eagle Media and Meg Hartner. Hello, Meg. Welcome back. Geo Aussie Poetry. Brian the Sign Guy, and of course Twat Sack and Stephen Englander. Good to see you guys in there. I'll try and catch up with some more shout outs after. And don't forget, you can spend your hard-earned money putting up a comment that I will miss, but Graham will frantically signal me to pay attention to. You can do that. You can just give us your money for nothing. Just give us your money. Why not? Fuck it, right? Can't take it with you, and you could die tomorrow. Let's be real about this. So better that we have it than you. I think you'll agree. You can also join patreon.com/Trigger Warning TV as well and become a patron of Trigger Warning, and it also helps support Altfeed and the wider project. Speaking of Altfeed, do go and join altfeed.org, where there are articles, reviews, and you can post your own blogs and lists and memes and all kinds of shit to eat up your life. That's altfeed.org. It's all free. There are no algorithms fucking with you or showing you things that you might not want to see or what we think you should see to keep you on our site and turn you against your fellow man. The responsibility is all yours. And of course, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/altfeed. Big shout outs to Accounts Direct. Accountants on your side. If you're in business, if you're not, they've got fuck all to do with you. But if you're in business, do go to accountsdirect.co, get in touch with them, and they'll make sure your business runs much smoother and hopefully more profitably as well, putting more filthy money in your filthy hands that you can put in our filthy hands and we can spend on drugs. So do that. Was that good? Is that slick as fuck, yeah?
I want drugs.
I remember every Thursday you can watch Stephen. He's the guy behind Accounts Direct. Also does a really cool business entertainment show called Between the Spreadsheets with our Graham. It's live every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. UK time. You can watch it again on Altfeed or on Stephen's YouTube channel, Stephen Englander. Just do a search and it's right there. And of course, the guys from Plain Comedy are on from 6:30. They have a guest comedian on every week. Today it was Steve Royal, who was on Britain's Got Talent. So there you go, did quite well in it apparently. But do check those out as well on the Altfield channel. We have got more stuff coming as well, which should be very, very good. Robert Morgan gave us $4.99. Shameless spending for hello. Hello, Robert Morgan. You are truly a man amongst men, a champion, a rock star, virile. Well done. Who else got? Mark Bradshaw's in. I've said hello to Last Dance. That'll do. And Shanty Granty, who says, our Graham, a blind date love child. I don't know what that means. I think that's very inside. I've met his mother. She's a very nice lady.
Yeah, I thought it was nice, and then it sunk in.
Yeah, that's not that nice. So, GB News. It finally launched on June the 13th, not without a few issues. Let's be honest, content aside, remember the content is really pretty much all that matters. It looked fucking terrible. And it sounded dreadful, and they had gremlins and problems, and apparently the guy that laid the carpet carried on up the walls. But here's the deal. That shit's expensive, and, you know, they're making it look as good as they can. Although, to be fair, our show looks so much better and didn't cost a fraction of that. So, you know, if you're watching Andrew Neil with the shreddy haircut, sling me a few quid. I'll come down and sort your cameras out. Don't you worry, all right? We'll do it right. Call me. But it's out there, and it's doing really, really fucking well in the ratings. Like, it's smashing the BBC, Sky News. It's hammering it. Now, of course, online, everyone's very, very upset because they are clearly right-wing Nazis and because they don't follow the far left, and they have people on their shows that are COVID deniers or lockdown skeptics or anything that's not approved of by the more woke areas of the press and people. So what they've done, I think it's Stop Funding Hate, a group who are very active on Twitter and appear to have a very subjective idea of hate, predominantly linked to people who are conservatives, which of course are evil, as we know. They've been harassing companies to stop advertising on GB News. Now, most companies who operate in that kind of arena, they just bulk buy advertising. They say, you know, we'll get this many eyes on any channel for this amount of money, and it's great. Now, people did contact the Co-op. You know, that tremendously right-on organisation here in the UK. It was originally a workers' cooperative. The Co-op just said, oh, we don't care, we're leaving advertising running. It's not up to us. Editorial content, it's got nothing. We can't interfere with that. That would be wrong. Which got them called fascists. People have said they will boycott the Co-op because the Co-op refuse to exert any editorial control on GB News, which, by the fucking way, you hysterical wet bellends, they can't be far-right fucking hateful Nazis because Ofcom would switch them off. They have to follow Ofcom rules. That's the way it is. And if you think they're toothless, think again. They can leverage unlimited fines on an outlet. Unlimited. What that means is they can put you out of business overnight. But some companies did go through with having their advertising removed or promised the... No, I'm okay. I'm not going to burp. The wet people on Twitter who screamed and screamed and screamed that Andrew Neil was putting gay people in gulags or whatever. Some companies did take a knee to these people. One of them was Octopus Energy, and the director of that company has since said, we've not boycotted anything, we've just not committed to anything yet, and generally tried to straddle the fence very unsuccessfully, which I believe Andrew Neil gave him a bit of a talking to about, and said, well, you make your mind up and we'll decide if we want you to advertise. He did. In public. He was nice. But what other companies follow? I'm not going to start doing lists, but there's two that spring to mind. One is IKEA. Now, setting aside that GB News is just money, let's be honest. Would any of us miss those Swedish cunts if they went away tomorrow? Immensely overpriced shit you have to screw together yourself. Remember, guys, flat pack furniture is more of a con than the self-checkout at the supermarket. And far more annoying, and you're never going to have the right fucking screwdrivers, so you're going to be screwing your bookcase together with a fucking butter knife, leaving cream cheese in all the fucking screws, but they're boycotting GB News. When I would put forward that they are far more effectively spreading a low-grade evil throughout the land, with unpronounceable furniture that falls apart because it's been put together by the most inept people in the world. People like me. We'll come back to flat pack maybe if we get really bored later on. But also a cider firm. A firm that makes cider called Kopparberg. Kopparberg? Foreign, Kopparberg. Cider. Let's be honest, the only people that drink cider are fucking tramps. That's all. Tramps. Tramps that have to eat cat food and stay warm in libraries. That's who Kopparberg appeal to. We can always switch to Strongbow, guys. Be traditional. Or White Lightning, if you're feeling a bit fruity. Thunderbird Red, if you're, Gyro Day. Fuck these companies, fuck these people. Now, I've seen other people going, boycotting's wrong, so we should boycott these companies. And then people saying, well, you're a hypocrite if you're going to boycott them when they boycotted them, because obviously the correct response to anything is to sit back while somebody forcibly fucks you in the ass and your ideals. Well, no, fuck that. Boycott whoever you like. Now, when it comes to GB News, despite the fact I'm regularly touted as being a far-right fucking lunatic, I don't really care for most of it, but I do listen to it. Like talk radio, I don't have to agree with all the broadcasters on there. I can wildly disagree. In fact, when I do wildly disagree, I find it far more interesting to watch because I do not need constant affirmation of my opinions and beliefs. I'm not that intellectually or emotionally fragile. Why is it a problem that you don't like what someone says, so they must be silenced? Why can't you just shut the fuck up, turn that shit off? Just turn that shit off. Yes.
Do you want to hear something beautiful related to all this?
Every day.
So the website, what was it called? boycottgbnews.org, which is one of the big things pushing it right now. It's run by Louise Wickstrom, who is a former content producer at the BBC. An actual executive. So she knows the values of free speech and free expressions and all that stuff. She knows it off by heart. But she's apparently, quote, proud to be involved.
Ooh. What a twat.
They went through and found, the website and found out who owned it and then contacted her and she went, yep.
That's fucking that really pisses me off because the whole point is the value of free speech is that you all get to speak your opinion. The cost of free speech is that you have to hear other people's opinions. That's the cost. Because more often than not, in an ideal world, you should not agree, because we shouldn't all agree. This milky toast fucking belief that it will all be a utopia if we all just thought the same as you doesn't appeal to me. That's not what I want at all. I'll come back to that. First of all, I've got to say, because Graham's pointing at me violently there, Gorgeous George Begonia gave us a donation of $25. Thank you, sir, and God bless you and all those who sail in you. And Gorgeous George said, when you climb to the top of the mountain, look out over the sea. Think about the places perhaps where a young man could be. Then you jump back down to the rooftops. Look out over the town. Think about all of the strange things.
Well, you read it. You had to, yeah. There you go.
Do you think maybe it's time to go back on the tablets? I don't know. Just saying. As a friend, I'm looking out for you, dude. I didn't understand. But thanks for the money. There we go. So what was I talking? Oh, yes, cunts. So, we're seeing this so much more, and it's the thing that grinds my fucking gears the most. It's the thing that boils my piss. If you don't like it, argue against it or fucking ignore it. But no, you guys have got your fucking narrative now. And that is, well, no, we can't just turn a blind eye because the means justify the ends. They are hateful. They're going to destroy. What the fuck is GB News going to do to you? Do you think that people are going to watch it and suddenly go mental? And no, fuck COVID. And go and rub people's eyes in their own eyes? No. Stop. You're not the smartest people in the fucking room. You're as much of a worthless fucking idiot as the rest of us. You just think you're clever because you hang around everyone that thinks the same as you, patting you on the back saying, what a good boy, when outside there's 50,000 people desperate to tell you you're being a fucking mong. Stop that shit. It's boring. You are boring, sickly, horrible, dreadful people. I hate you. I genuinely do. Stop. Have some fucking moral fortitude. You stand up and you do the easy things. You know, when I spoke about Brewdog and so I was like, well, I'm going to boycott them because they're this, that, the other. Yeah, but you're still using a fucking iPhone, dude. Don't just boycott the easy shit. Get rid of all your tech, because then at least I won't have to read your bullshit anymore. Cowards, dude. Cowards. Every last fucking one of them. I shit them. That felt better. I got it out, some of it. Still quite a lot. But it's the most repulsive thing to me. This demand, like, we should censor everybody we don't like. What you've got to be careful of is sometimes that pendulum swings the other fucking way, in case you hadn't noticed. And the further you keep pushing it that way, the further that way it's going to fucking swing when you let go. When it slips through your weak, tiny little fucking fingers with your Jeremy Beadle hands. Fucking... The people on the far left now are the reason the far right's going to get more powerful. The fucking woke, be kind people are the ones that are going to guarantee the punishment for those people they claim to be defending is going to be fucking horrific. What's it the other day? I posted a picture saying, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that the religious right will always attack the LBG and T communities. But the idea isn't to make it easy for them. And I posted a picture someone took at Pride with 3 guys with the leather harnesses on and dog collars and little skimpy pants and a fucking rubber dog mask next to a child. And I was attacked as a homophobe because that's an attack on gay people because, you know, they might be gay and want to do that. Do you know what? That's fucking great that you want to do that. But did you ever think it's not suitable for children? And this person was like, why? It's like, well, if you don't know, you're the fucking problem. Well, that's homophobic. I don't care what sexuality the person in the gimp mask fucking is. They shouldn't be around kids. This guy went off and then, of course, did the usual comment and block because he's a cunt. And I imagine he's still out there. You can go through my timeline. And you'll find that. Smoke Steve, who hosts the International Pub every Saturday on this channel at 11 p.m. UK time, says that Graham's section on the pub late night in the streets glowing absolute pure gold. I watched it. It was just Graham drunk in the street, but it was very good.
Yeah, I've told you this before. The problem is, though, I used up all the battery on my phone doing that and then couldn't get home because I couldn't order an Uber.
Always thinking.
Yeah.
Up there for thinking, down there for walking home.
That was a fun night.
I did actually catch it after Steve told me about it. I went and had a look and just remembered that that's why I don't hang out in the pub anymore.
It was good, though. It was a good night. My brother's birthday, and, you know, I don't see my brothers that often.
You don't.
And I certainly don't go out very often.
You don't.
It was nice. It's good.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and I'm glad everybody else did as well. Robert Morgan says, what about the choose to be gay PSA on the internet? I don't know anything about that. Why would you choose to be gay? Nobody chooses to be gay. It's not something you can just choose, is it? One day you're heterosexual and you go, I'm still heterosexual, but I think I'll just take a couple of yards of cock.
Oh, no. Some people do choose to be gay. There's a whole thing there, yeah.
How can you choose to be gay, though?
Yeah, but it's a submissive thing. It's the fact that you don't like it, and then you train yourself, and there's a whole sub-genre of the fetishes.
I always thought I'd stop praying for the meteor to hit Earth once I'd had a child. Now I think the meteor has to hit Earth for the sake of all the children. I don't understand, Graham, right? Okay, so you're not homosexual. Not you. But you think, I'm going to get people to fuck me because I don't like it, but it makes me submissive.
It's called forced bi. It's a whole thing.
Is it?
Forced bi, yeah.
Do you know what they are, Graham?
Yeah, what?
Gay.
Nobody... Like,
If you willingly take a cock, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
No, you're unwillingly doing it.
No, they're not unwillingly doing it because that would be rape.
Well, yeah.
It's not rape if you're secretly going, no, please don't.
Well,
fuck that. Gay.
This isn't
gay.
This isn't the time and place to explain it all.
No, I'm not having it. They're gay.
It's a very niche.
They're still gay. If you willingly take a cock, you're gay. And if it's unwilling, it's rape. So clearly they willingly take a cock.
Well, but it is rape.
Never mind what fantasy they got in their head about, oh, I really don't like this. They like it plenty. Fuck off with that. It's bollocks.
Just look up forced by.
Hey, I get fucked by blokes all the time, but I'm not gay. I just like the fact it's shameful. I felt really shameful when I swallowed all that cum the other night.
No, but
not gay.
There's a whole genre of like blackmail fetish people, and they're into all that. It's the whole point.
Gay.
They don't like it.
They're gay. They get fucked. They're gay.
Okay.
They get fucked by men.
Well,
they're
yeah.
gay.
Well, that's what they end up being eventually.
No, they always were. They're just coming to terms with it in their own special way, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you know, if you let a bloke fuck you and you think that was all right, you're gay. That's it. I have spoken. That's just how it is. You can't take a cock and go, I'm still straight. I mean, yeah. Well, I met up with that guy. We had a few drinks, and I let him fuck me and come inside me, but I'm straight as a die. It's gay.
That's not forced by though. That's just bi, isn't it? Or gay, obviously. Forced by is you don't enjoy it. That's the whole point.
Well, then why would you do it?
Well, it's the BDSM.
So you enjoy it. You just enjoy it differently. You're still gay.
You like the fact you don't like it.
Gay.
Well,
very gay.
I'm sure they'd love to hear you saying this about them. Fucking gay. They're there going, yes.
Well, there you go. Then everyone gets something they want.
Tell me what a dirty gay man I am.
I've never called gay people particularly dirty.
These ones are, though. Forced by people are always dirty.
How very fucking judgmental of you. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Honestly, working with this Nazi twat week in, week out is really getting to me and my far left tendencies. You're so not woke. Say Christina Ribena says, totally agree with you on this one, Hayden. It's well gay. Well gay. Proper gay.
Yeah, what you said was gay, but you weren't describing forced by. You said if you get fucked and you like it.
If you let a man fuck you, you are a gay.
Yeah, but you're not, because it's forced.
No, you are. Otherwise, it's rape.
Yeah, it's rape. That's the whole point.
So these people miraculously go out and find rapists, do they?
No, it's a bit more complicated.
Yes, inside their own head, it's, I don't want to do this. Whilst going, I'll just push back a bit. Fuck off. Not the one I'm putting my readers on. Don't see what you're doing is what the whole trans thing is. My fantasy world must shape the actual world around me.
Hey, whoa.
In their fantasy world, I really don't want to get fucked. That's why I enjoy it. In the real world, they bought a bloke a drink and said, hey, do you fancy fucking me? Let me pretend I don't like it. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. People can do whatever the fuck they like. Consenting adults. I'm fine with it. I support their right to pretend they don't like it when some bloke's pushing their fucking arsehole in. Fine. But I will not sit here and go, I believe you. The only reason I came was because I felt dirty. Yeah, with a bloke's cocking you. Or I guess if you're a woman scissoring.
Well,
because that's how it's done. Violently scissoring.
The common one for female subs is sleeping with men because they don't enjoy that, but it's the whole they're submitting but they're not submitting to the. This is what you're not getting. The man doesn't go out and find another man, buy him a drink and do that. He's doing it for his dom. He's doing it. It's the same. Like he's doing it.
So it's the person they've already got a trusting relationship with.
Yeah, he's doing it with the woman that he's got a relationship with. And that's the whole thing. There's a whole blackmail fetish where they give a girl personal info, and then she will she can do whatever she wants with him, and sometimes that involves forced by. There's no. It's not like you go to the pub and then pick someone up and then go home and go. Ooh.
But Graham, if this forced blackmail,
Yeah.
and you go along with it, and you let a bloke fuck you for it, knowing that at any point you could just stop it or go to the police.
Well, no. Well, yeah, but it's.
So do you know what it is, Graham? They're gay.
That's not how the fetish works. Though.
I don't care how the fetish works. The fact is they're fucking gay.
You're a fucking bigot.
I don't care, and I'm all right with
I'm not
that.
talking to you anymore.
I'm the bigot. You're the judgmental prick here. And by the way, you will talk to me. You'll do as you're fucking told, or I'll tell everyone how you fucked everything up this evening. Oh yeah, I've not forgotten.
As if you weren't going to tell him anyway.
I actually had forgotten all about it until you decided to get pissy with me. He totally fucked Stephen's streamer. I mean, big time. Instead of streaming the pre-recorded show to his channel at 7 o'clock, streamed an advert for Restream for about half an hour. Came outside to us and went, this isn't Stephen's show. Is this an advert? That's not Stephen's. Of course it's not Stephen's show. It was an American woman.
It was seconds. It wasn't half an hour.
Seconds. It was a fucking half an hour.
It was not. It was not.
And then he was in a right fucking mood.
It was
Oh,
seconds.
she was in a mood. You've got no idea what kind of pissy mood she was in. And I fucking loved it. Because Colin Manford was outside with a flat tyre in a right fucking mood as well. Because I was offering him advice on how to change his tyre. And he got proper bad because he jacked it up before he undid the nuts. So Daz and I were just watching his wheel going round and round and round as he was trying to undo the wheel nuts. And then I came back in and annoyed Graham a bit more. And it was fucking marvellous. And then we had McDonald's for dinner and we were all very happy. Alistair says they often end up being gay. It's the same reason why some straight men go from straight to trans to sex with men for validation to bi or gay. No. You're gay or you're not. They don't change. It's a path. I believe you're born with your sexuality. Whether you try to be different or whatever else, if you're a gay man, you don't become a gay man. You are a gay man. Now, I know trans people go, well, it's the same. I've always been a woman. No, there's a huge difference between sexuality and madness. Massive difference. I'm being intolerant. Mental illness. Madness is very old-fashioned. There's a difference between your personality and somebody else's sexuality. Big difference. But apparently you all get a fucking flag, so it's all fine. Do you know there's a flag for straight allies? Oh, I spoke about that last week, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
Allies have got a flag now.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
We've all got a flag. I'm getting a flag done. Jolly Roger. Arr. I fucking hate that. You know that Speak Like a Pirate Day? Why don't they just get cunt tattooed on their head? Students go, ha ha, fuck off. Pirates would have raped you and skinned you. Each and every one, and fed you to the fishes. That's right. They wouldn't have liked you. And they weren't jolly. Full of scurvy and lice. And wooden parts. 3 years at sea, where only eating salty biscuits can do strange things to a man, that's all I'm told. Fucking Speak Like a Pirate Day. Cunts. The forced bi flag. Just someone happy but actually happy face next to a cock. I don't like it. With the cock just pressing there like that.
Oh, I really want a forced bi flag now. That was so good.
There will be one, dude. There's a flag for fucking everything. Everyone's got a fucking flag. It's just everyone goes mad at me because mine's white with a red cross on it. Apparently that makes me bad. But apparently if you're someone that likes to pretend people fucking rape you, that's fine. Have a flag. Acceptance without exception.
I might start trolling Stonewall for support with forced bi.
Stonewall have got enough problems.
No, I might start commenting on everything they put out. Going, what about forced bi? Eh? You never help us out.
Stonewall have got real issues right now.
I know, yeah.
Everyone's moving away from them, aren't they? Because finally, you know, like everything, the transgender thing's massive on Twitter. Therefore, it's gained some foothold in the real world because of organisations that are captured by it, by the sort of folks that go on Twitter and Tumblr. Now, all of a sudden, after some roaring success, many, many places, departments, governments, everything are turning around going, oh, this isn't what we thought Stonewall was. So, of course, everyone's going, well, that's transphobic. It's not. I don't know many people at all, out of the many people I've spoken to on this, that actually hate trans people as a thing. You know, it's like hating all white people or all black people. It's not realistic. It's fucking stupid. There will always be people that do, just as there'll always be racists and other types of people. But, you know, overall, what they hate is the sort of hardcore TRA ideology that's pushed. And I asked a question the other day on Twitter. I said, why are men in women's menopause groups online? Why are trans women, I'll rephrase that for the YouTube censors, can't call them men, even though they are. I mean, most of them have cocks and balls and things. That's not what ladies come with. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure they shouldn't have testicles. Or big hands. Adam's apples. Throbbing cocks and male pattern baldness. Sorry. So many of them are going bald, it's fucking wonderful. I feel very sexy tonight. And they've got fucking wispy fucking and Tash. Shouldn't laugh, but can't help it. So anyway, I asked the question, why are trans women? It's very hard putting this into a serious mode again. But why are trans women in menopause groups? Because they don't fucking deserve to be there. But it's the validation, it's the need, isn't it? I'm a woman, so I belong there. Even though it has no impact on your life. Now, a woman from the Green Party in Canada got cross with me. How would I know? The Green Party and Canada. Saying, well, actually, they do if they come off their drugs. It's very much the same as the menopause. It's not. It's not at all. It's nothing fucking like a menopause. That's the effects of drugs. That's side effects. The menopause aren't a side effect of something. They're the inevitable consequence of not dying young. So apparently, when someone stops their fucking estrogen or whatever and starts to man up a bit, that's the menopause. It's not the menopause. But it's like you get them in breastfeeding groups. So I could take peridone and lactate. But whenever you look at these guys, they're going, look at my, and this is their words, they all say big old titties. I've never seen women going, do you like my big old titties, to another woman? That's not what women do. And they say, well, we don't have to follow the gender stereotypes. Is that right? Well, why are you always dressed like an extra from the best little whorehouse in Texas? Why do you all go, I'm just an airhead bimbo? What the fuck is it with you people? Anyway, it's not a mental illness and it's not fetish. So I'm going to read something for you here. This is quite long, but I'm sure you'll have tremendous fun as I read this out. I want you to imagine this being said by someone with a slightly higher voice than me and possibly their head tilted to the side and wearing a frock, I imagine. This is from Ali. Real name, Alan, I imagine. Alan. Worst trans name ever. Barry. Sorry. By the way, I'm going to get us banned on Twitch next week. We're going to try and log in, going to try and get banned on that shit. So do join us for that. Okay, here we go. Have a sip of water first. Because I read this out earlier for some reason. For Daz predominantly, because Graham had already heard it. But I believe it adds gravitas when I read it out. I should do it like that Australian guy, shouldn't I? A succulent Chinese meal. A succulent tampon. Oh, words that have never been said. Oh, I've just said a succulent tampon on the internet. At least I didn't say it on the phone to Daz whilst walking around my local shops like I usually do. A succulent tampon. Fuck my life. How's my life come to this? God forgive me. If only I believed in God. Graham sent me another photo that's interfering with me, but I'm going to look at it first. Oh, that's very good.
I'm just downloading it now onto the computer.
That's very good. Thank you, Twatsack. So I'm going to put my readers on. This is from Ali. That's not so I can speak, it was just phlegm. Okay. I was wearing a tenor pad at work the other day and letting a little dribble leak throughout the afternoon, so that by the time I got off, the pad was fairly wet. And I thought it might be good to change it on the way home rather than get my seats wet in the car. Now, so far, could be someone with a touch of stress incontinence. And being rather sensible, not wanting the piss to get into the car seats, because then obviously when you've got the heater on, the car will always smell of piss. However, reading on, I am led to believe this might not be a terrible problem for Alan. Anyway, when I stopped at the service station, I took note of the cute 20-something girl behind the counter. Doubtless Alan is one of those lesbians that we've heard of, the ones that come with a cock and balls. Mostly because of her bright red hair. Remember Jennifer Garner in the TV show Alias? Yeah, I do. Anyhow, I went to change, and as I usually do, I checked the wastebasket. It had obviously been emptied recently since it was nearly empty. But there were 2 identical wrappers and applicators in there. Tampax pearls. And under the circumstances, it seemed unlikely that they came from different women. A connoisseur of these things, clearly. I dug a little deeper, and down in the folds of the new plastic bag, there were 2 separate wrapped-up tampons that went with the applicators. They were both about half full, as if they had been changed after a couple of hours or so. I put them inside my new tenor pad and tucked myself into position, which is where we're learning that Alan probably isn't actually a lady. And like voluminous flaps, perhaps, but mostly anyway. This is where it's really given away. I just heard this wheezing noise from over there. Tucked myself into position so that the tip of my cock was right on the 2 butterfly-shaped bloody Tampax. Just the tip. Alan's not uncouth. He has standards. Then I washed up. Oh, thank heavens. Dirty hands would be such a shameful thing. I washed up and went into the mini-mart and bought a couple of items. I made sure to look her in the eyes. I just knew they had to be her tampons. As I let my stream go and soak the blood from her gifts into her gifts. Yes, because that's why she left them in the bin, Alan. Because they're presents for any trans lunatics that going past, rooting through bins for used tampons. I will leave these gifts for the trans folk, like the fairies. Fucking hell. Dad, there's a tranny rooting through the bins. Oh, they'll be after tampons, son. Fucking tranny's in the bins again. Tell her off. Bad trans. So I used to have to say to my dog when that went in the bin. Bad dog. I think that was after chicken or something, not tampons necessarily. So anyway, Alan has put the used tampons in his large tenor pad with the tip of his penis touching the used tampons that he took out of a bin, which he considered to be gifts, and let his stream go. So pissed himself, looking this poor girl in the eyes, and she'd have known. Just that look. She'd have known something was going on there. Which I'm sure my phone's gone off now. My phone's like, I've had enough of this shit. I'm not fucking doing this. Fuck you. So anyway, I let my stream go and soak the blood from her gifts into my huge pad, coating my balls and crotch with warmth. Piss. Let's not call it warmth. It's like saying I went to break wind the other day and some warmth came out. Some odour. Some warm odour. Shit. So anyway, Alan continues. When I got home, my pad was filled with a glorious pink champagne-coloured liquid. Piss and blood. His pants were full of piss and blood. It might sound nicer as a pink champagne-coloured liquid. It's piss and blood. He stinks of piss and periods. From end to end. I came so hard when thinking about her as I jacked off with her period coating everything. But just to show that he's thoughtful. This is partially hidden now. I only wish I'd remembered to ask her name. I'll have to find out next time I stop in there. Now, I know what some of you will say. This is an isolated incident. But, looking on the internet, as I do, in all the very worst places, it's not that fucking isolated. Trans people. I don't have an issue with your existence. I support your right to live and think you are whatever you think you are. I do have issues where it's bullying women into moving over from you into their spaces where you do want to be centered and everything, but that's a debate that can be had. But perhaps not with the members of the trans community that root through fucking bins to steal old tampons to rub on their bollocks while they have a wank. You dirty, dirty bastards. Stop it. It's not hygienic. It's filthy fucking dirty. Imagine. What did you do today? Well, it's a funny old story, actually. But involves a pink champagne-coloured liquid that I rubbed vigorously into my penis as I came thinking of the woman who was menstruating at the supermarket or the gas station or whatever. And this is a very common fucking theme, and we've seen it again and again. I've seen it online where they've demanded women stop talking about periods because it sets off their dysphoria. Fuck your dysphoria. Why should anyone else think about your fucking feelings when there's an online movement describing how best to freeze portions of tomato soup to push up your ass so it dribbles out when it thaws and you can call it your period? That's not a period. That's soup coming out of your arsehole. That's not what happens to women once a month. It's just not. And also, bleeding out of your arsehole, however regularly, is not a good thing. But tomato soup? Could they not be more realistic and use oxtail? A delicious bowl of oxtail soup. But this is what they do. And they put a padding going, I'm on my period. You're shitting tomato soup. The things I've said tonight. You're shitting tomato soup. This is the world I live in. It's not right. This is wrong. Now, I don't say you shouldn't be allowed to push frozen tomato soup up your arse and pretend you're having a period. That's your problem. I mean, very much your problem. Okay? And fine. You do you. But stop demanding everyone else accept it, because I'm going to be honest, guys. That's pretty fucking abnormal behaviour. That is mental illness. To be fair, cutting your cock off is a mental illness. Having your fanny sewn shut and replaced with a cock you grew on your arm, it's a mental illness. Now, the treatment might be these operations. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I do know the treatment shouldn't be giving children drugs that will fucking sterilise them and fuck them up and then tell them it'll just pause your puberty and it'll give you brittle bones, because brittle bones are tight. Everybody wants brittle bones. Every time you sneeze, you dislocate your fucking jaw. Hey, but at least I didn't go through puberty. No, but you are a cripple, and you're going to die young because all your fucking innards are fucked. No, stop. Puberty is not something we should avoid. It's part of what we have to do. It's not a choice. It's that or your body does not mature properly. And those who don't want kids' bodies to mature properly, I've got a word for you people as well. And the one coming to mind, paedophile. You can't just call us all paedophiles. I can. I have. I mean it. Fuck you people. What you do is your business. But demanding that other people accept it or they're the ones that have got something wrong with them? No. Saying that if people don't want to sleep with trans people, they've got a problem? No. Nobody owes you anything. You're not fucking special. Lesbians that won't sleep with trans women aren't bigots. They're lesbians. The ones that will, that's up to them. But to tell the ones that won't the biggest makes you a homophobic prick. Makes you a fucking monster. I don't care how fragile you are. And, oh my God, I will kill myself if you don't call me a lady. Yeah, but you won't though, will you? So you'll still be sat on Twitter telling us how you shoved a tin of Campbell's up your arsehole. Or took drugs to lactate so you could pretend you had a miscarriage. True story. And all the women went along with it in the group. Actually, I'm going to have a stillbirth. You're going to fucking what? Get to the mental hospital. Get the drugs in you. There should be soft rooms for these people, not affirmation. We don't affirm people that put themselves through this shit. I'm not suggesting we should give more fucking lobotomies and electroconvulsive therapy, but at the same time, maybe some pretty hard drugs. Just until the shit calms down a bit, you know? And still they stop saying that tomato soup coming out their arsehole is their period, perhaps. Yeah, well, I have cramps. Yeah, of course you do. You've just an entire tin of frozen tomato soup up your ass. You're going to feel uncomfortable. Fucking hell. I've done nearly an hour. Oh, my mistake. I chose the chunky mulligatawny. Seafood. I've had shrimp, period. I couldn't find any tomato soup. I used baked beans and sausage. The little sausages are very soft. Barely an inconvenience. Although last week I used a Cumberland. Most uncomfortable and peppery. And because my mind's going, what about those cans with full breakfasts in? Oh, it's not fair being inside my head. It's not right. It's not proper. Strawberry yazoo. I just know that the next time I'm in the supermarket, I'm going down the shelves going, oh, that'd do, yeah. And then I know my wife's going to ask me what I'm doing looking at that. And I'm just wondering what would best make a period. That's a tin of minestrone, yes, I know, yes. Ladies frequently have vegetables falling out of them during their period. They're renowned for it. It's nature's bounty. Oh, how she'd regret her life choices even more. Believe me, I come out with something once, twice a week where she's like, what the fuck have I spent 20 years with you for? You fucking lunatic. But on the plus side, I don't shove frozen soup up my arsehole. All ferret through bins for used tampons. So she's kind of on a winner right there. Granted, I've set the bar pretty fucking low. But I skip over that cunt. Have you ever put anything up your ass and pretended it's a period, Graham?
I've never pretended it's a period, no.
Ever put soup up your ass?
No.
That's...
I'm not a degenerate.
Sorry? Jackfruit.
I think fruit's gone up there, yeah. I don't know which one, though.
Jackfruit. How very middle class of you, sir. Yeah. For me, it was an orange.
I mean, I didn't ask what it was, but it wasn't jackfruit.
In fact, looking back, I believe it was a cock.
Dude, can I have a shout out for Twatsack for designing me that pride flag?
Thank you, Twatsack, for designing the forced by flag.
I've just put it up for everyone there, and I've linked a tweet as well if anyone wants to come and show me some love. Thank you, dude.
Pineapple rings. Oh, this is going nowhere good. I knew it was going to be a difficult show because it's been a very giddy day. Oh, I am sorry. I'm really struggling now, guys. I'm really struggling.
God, sorry, I still had the pride flag up, then it went right in your head.
Could be worse.
It's forced by all over your forehead, then it was all... No.
All around me says they don't believe Alan exists. Just go and start searching the internet. Look on some of the forums. Look, Reddit fucking full of fucking lunatics. This is an actual thing. It's the what's it called now? Reproductive dysphoria is a part of it. That's why so many of them want to get like dead women's insides sewn into them because they believe they can have babies then. Because that's how it works. I've had a cervix stitched in. I have somebody else's uterus. I'm going to grow a baby. Oh, that child will grow up well adjusted then. Where's your mummy? Oh, I'm here, your mummy. How did you give birth? Just after my period. Oh, we can't do that. But they will. They will do it. They're working towards it because where there's money, people will do fucking anything. And there's a lot of big pharma and shit tied into the trans movement as well. If you look at some of the big guys behind a lot, and I'm not talking about trans people, there have always been transsexuals and trans people. But behind a lot of this big push, there's some really wealthy fucking people, especially that troon fucking lunatic with the biotechnology company that believes in transhumanism. Still trying to stop thinking of things you can shove up your ass and pretend the periods. Chocolate pudding. Which is redundant, really. Because you could just have a shit. Oh, I've had my period. What's that smell? It is my period. Beef paste. Crab paste. Core blimey. It's a heavy one this month. It's still in the jar. Badunk. Vesta curry. Stop. That rice that comes in the packet where it's a lump. Texture. Anyway, that's enough.
I'd go for stock cubes. I've thought about it now.
Sharp edges.
Well, but you think about what, because it'd be slow then.
Gravy.
Slow to come out. Well, yeah, but it'd all mix in and be like...
But where'd you get the red blood colour from?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just brown liquid coming out your arse is far harder to convince people it's a period.
Yeah. See, I was thinking of the lumps.
That's just an accident. I coughed. Fucking filthy weirdo fucking people. And they're saying, well, why do you judge people for rooting through bins looking for tampons? They're fairly easy people to judge, I'll be honest. I shouldn't judge you, but I am. You're rooting through bins for other people's tampons. It's dirty, dirty behaviour. So you know what? We're about at the end of the show because I can't fucking do this anymore. I've got to be back in here first thing in the morning talking about not this.
Well,
really not fucking this. Because we've got big meetings and everything. Okay, we've got the agenda for the meeting days. Is there anything anyone would like to add to it? Oh, yes. Dazzy sat there going, shut the fuck up. Did you know? Our poor guy's driven like 250 miles to be there. He's like, I did not expect this. So you were trying to get my attention, Graham.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember who said it. Someone said plum tomatoes, which I thought was a good suggestion.
Well, they come in a tin.
Yeah.
So handy.
And you get different consistencies as it came out.
Yeah, just like a period. Watery with occasional child fist-sized lumps of tomato.
Oh, there we go. It was biscuit vapes.
There we go.
Well done.
He knows periods. Practically a doctor. Guys, you know what? It's 11 o'clock. I'm going fucking home. This has all been far too difficult for a man of my advanced years. Jesus fucking Christ. I've enjoyed this show, though, very much. So thank you very much for joining me. Remember, we'll be back next Thursday. Oh, fucking hell, I nearly forgot. We might, and this is not a promise. It's really not a promise because I'm kind of half making this up right now. We might be going to 2 shows a week within the next month or 2. You lucky, lucky bastards. Oh, now I sound like an ASMR video.
I prefer when Lorraine does it, to be honest.
I think it's much sexier. Oh, yeah. I'm force buying you right now. Don't pretend you don't like it. But yeah, we might be going to 2 shows a week. One might not be 100% live, which means not live.
It will feel live, though.
You can do the math on that one. But yeah, so we might be doing that very soon. So we'll let you know. So I think that'd be really fucking cool. But we will be back next Thursday at 10 p.m. But do join us on Twitter. I'm at Hayden Hewitt. Graham is at Graham Booth. It's God's Monsters, isn't it? Here be monsters. Here be monsters is our Daz, and you should follow. You should go and look at some of his articles on Altfeed. The one about rock bands was fucking awesome. The one about some of the other bands you write about, the writing's very good, but the rest of it's quite lost on me. But I read them because the writing is good, so do go and check those out. Smoke Steve's International Pub will be on at Saturday at 11 o'clock. And like I say, all our shit starts again next Thursday. And do keep your eye out for, might be more between the spreadsheets and more trigger warning. So I'm looking for, because then I can say more because it can be edited out before it goes out. If I go too far, and we can save those juicy bits and put them out on Altfeed. And no one can tell me not to. Because it's mine. So yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah, do a cup of tea says do it at the same time as the pub. No. I'm not sitting doing this shit on a Saturday night. Mrs. Hewitt is a saint as it is. What are you doing tonight, Hen? You staying up? Yes, I'm going to be sat in the kitchen screaming about trannies shoving things up their arse. Which, to be fair, she might just say, well, keep the back door shut. We don't want the neighbours hearing. But yes, I did say juicy bits. Thick, chunky, juicy bits. With seafood. Mussels and such. Have you ever looked inside a mussel? I would never eat one of those filthy bastards. Oh, they've got hairs. You shouldn't eat anything with hairs on. I did. I looked inside. How can you eat that? It's like when you get, Graham, dim sum.
Yep.
They're fucking lovely, aren't they?
Yep.
Look inside one next time. You'll never eat one again. It's like a fucking car crash. Like a car full of children crashed with seafood. And other shit. Just eat them. Just put them all in your mouth at once. Chew them up and swallow them and don't think about it again. But never look inside a dim sum. Oh, that's it. I fucking had enough. Yeah, bye.